the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. 50, green. Ready.
Love going to throw right away. McKinnon here, it's complete. They'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Well, this defense for the Raiders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. Blue, 32. Hut.
Now the first carry here for the running back. He spins free. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground, but they want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Here we go. 33, yellow.
Glove. And the Raiders have got him. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Oh, what a move. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are on the board first here in Vegas. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And now it's blocked. It's picked up a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
But there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready? Cougar 19.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. You talk about this Rams defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
2nd and 6. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Miller. He'll drop this underneath for Jeanty. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ncaa, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from moving out in front. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 75 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Here we go, set. Black, 95. Set,
Love now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gutierrez. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Ready. Set.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Come on,
at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
Green. 10 cycles.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Dexter Lawrence. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Here's 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 45. Wide. Ready.
Throwing. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
33, yellow. Cut.
Now Love. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And a yard. At the 13-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
10 at the 10-yard line.
Got it.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Set, hut. 10, hut.
Love looking to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 10 yards out. And the Rams are able to move back in front. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on second and third down here.
Down. Set.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of one there.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third and goal.
Let's go now. 52, 52, cut.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams have yet again retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Raiders 7.
Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Miller. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Las Vegas first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll try and set up the screen to Ncaa. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Raiders at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2 yards to go, second down. Back to throw. Miller. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Touchdown, Raiders! A great play there. 27 yards. And the Raiders are an extra point away from taking the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted.
Johnson to kick off for the Raiders.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set. 45, wide. Ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gutierrez. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Play action this time with Love. Working the middle of the field. He's down there complete. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 20. Touchdown, Allen. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams have moved out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
18, pioneer.
Off play action. Miller. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Back to throw again. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 32-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
The 32-yard line.
On first down, it's Ncaa. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Trap 50, trap 52.
Looking to throw. Miller. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun. Miller. He's got his target. That's complete.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Miller. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian Watson. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Ooh, with a juke. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Miller. He'll find Ncaa out of the backfield. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for our offense.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for Las Vegas. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's a toss to Ncaa, headed right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Gravity Lions.
The run straight ahead to Ncaa. Escapes the defender. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll get this out to Ncaa. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
65, Cup 19, Cup 19. Go.
Operating from the gun, Miller. Touchdown! Brock Bowers from 6 yards away. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
They're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Get ready. 50, green.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 9 here.
46, mega. Ready?
Here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gutierrez. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
19 Lions.
Now Miller off the play fake. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
60 even. 60 even. 2. Ready, right?
A give out of the gun to Ncaa. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 85 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10.
19, start.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete. Ncaa out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Miller looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Ferguson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Jeanty with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Raiders 35, Rams 20. Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's going to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Pass complete there to Ncaa. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
A good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
30 red, cycle. Ready.
Working out of the gun. Love. And down he goes. Brought down the Raiders sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Close, 10. Ready. Sticky, green. Claws red. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
On the set.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First down.
Drop 60, drop 60.
At the
Here we go, here we
48-yard
go.
line.
Dragon 60.
Back to throw. Miller. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play there for Vegas. 43 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Now a toss left side, Ncaa. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Ncaa. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard. That's all. Down to the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 18, 5, go.
Miller now throwing on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian Watson. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Raiders' 30-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
60 ready.
Looking to throw. Love. He's going to get there to his running back out of the backfield. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
1st down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here.
For the field goal, a 33-yard attempt.
And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total, but they're still coming.